Hi, I'm Varun Haran. I'm Senior Editor with Information Security Media Group. I'm speaking with Amit Zavery, who is the Executive Vice President for Oracle's Cloud Platform. And we're going to be discussing some challenges around CASB adoption, what organizations are getting wrong, what they need to improve, and where the market is headed. Hi, Amit. Thanks for joining us.
Sure. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure, Amit. First question, let's set some context around this. What are the cloud security challenges for businesses in the year 2018?
Yeah, I think there are a lot of things going on with the amount of data being generated and other ability for a lot of malicious people to get into the system because of access through mobile, access through other devices. So the challenge is really how do you secure the things beyond perimeter, right? In terms of identities, the users, and how do you use a lot of the data you collect about the users to prevent access when it's not authorized.
Right. Okay, so when you talk about CASB, Cloud Access Security Brokers, it's supposed to be a game changer in the way cloud adoption happens, because security has essentially been one of the impediments to organizations moving to the cloud.
Sure.
So with CASB, what are the roadblocks to CASB implementations that you're seeing with your clients and customers?
Yeah, no, I think CASB is definitely a very important part of the overall security solution, right? So I don't consider CASB as the answer to every problem you see in the security space. So it is a part of an end-to-end offering. You need to make sure that you think about holistically and incorporate CASB in your solution as a part of the overall strategy. I think a lot of times a lot of customers make the mistake of thinking CASB as the answer to every problem they will have.
Sure.
And that I think they realize over time that they have to really think about it, how it incorporates into the existing infrastructure, other environments they might be using. So you have to really look at the CASB architecturally in a better way than just saying I implemented CASB and I'm done. Right. That's really the big thing, I think.
Right. So from your vantage point, where do you see the CASB market headed? Because it's definitely not hit the mainstream yet, but do you see that happening? Do organizations who want to look at the cloud or take a cloud-first strategy, do they need to take CASB into consideration?
No, definitely. I think that when you have multiple clouds or you have multiple applications distributed across multiple providers, CASB definitely helps, right? But if you see the marketplace today, the individual standalone CASB players are definitely having a difficult time. Because as I said earlier, I mean, having a standalone business in this space is not an answer because you have to look at it holistically. Sure. So what we've done at Oracle, for example, is to really make that part of our overall security strategy and incorporate that into other cloud providers like Amazon, say Azure, Google, O365, Salesforce. So make sure that it works across the board. It's very heterogeneous, but it's also end-to-end. Right. And that I think is the difference you should see over time.
Right. So in terms of market, maturity, do you see that the CASB market might see some consolidation in the future, where all these boutique offerings might get absorbed into more platforms?
Oh, completely. I think it's already happening. Right. I mean, Oracle acquired a company called Polera, which was a leading vendor in the CASB space.
Sure.
I know there are other acquisitions by Symantec and a few other vendors out there as well. So I think there will be a lot more consolidation. And security space, I think in general, very niche, standalone point solutions are great first time around in the first year or two, but over time it becomes very difficult to survive if you don't have a well-integrated portfolio. Right. So I do expect same thing happening with CASB. I think there will be very few handful individual niche vendors standalone out there.
Right. So now where do innovations and next generation technologies like AI and automation fit in with the cloud security strategy?
I think it's AI. I know it's a lot of hype around it, no doubt, but I think there's a lot of reality to it as well. Because with cloud, one, you get a lot of computing power. The algorithms and the frameworks have improved drastically as well.
Sure.
So AI is nothing new, but now with the ability to run things real time, be able to take data and incorporate that into your algorithms, and really tune it in a better way, it's really making a difference. So to me, I think security, cloud security, AI plays a huge part of it, because you're trying to fight a lot of this malicious attack by human end-to-end combat is very difficult. You need to be able to do this in a machine-oriented way. And using a lot of the technologies and capabilities there. So I expect AI ML to be a very, very critical part of CASB as well as cloud security.
And what about automation?
So I think if you look at AI ML by itself, right, which is really giving you some kind of ability to understand what's going on.
Sure.
But again, if you have to have humans interact with it and do something manually, it's very time consuming, very risk oriented, and might not be pervasive.
Right.
So automation on AI really makes a big difference. So what we are doing at Oracle, for example, is the idea of autonomous security.
Right.
in general is about that we will do a lot of self-securing systems. We take AI ML, we take the data, incorporate that into our understanding of what's going on, and proactively remediate a lot of the issues. So mean time to detection and mean time to resolution reduces drastically.
Sure.
And that's really where the automation becomes a big part of the story.
Well, just to follow up to that, I'm curious, when you offload the decision making to AI, where you are removing the human cognitive element in the decision making and trusting the machine, do you see a potential there for false positives to happen
Sure.
and issues to happen?
No doubt. I think that's why you can't leave everything to the AI to make the decision. The AI is giving you data point to make a decision. On top of that, that's where the learnings of running enterprise systems comes in. So what we're doing, for example, is we use AI ML to understand what's going on, but the algorithms on top of that are based on our historical patterns and understanding of it. So human element in terms of programming that still exists, but the execution of it happens with automated fashion. Right? So you're reducing the time and the risk and reducing the errors.
Right.
But you're not taking out the human element of understanding what's going on.
Right.
So you can't expect everything to happen otherwise.
Right. So automation is aided by human oversight.
No doubt, because I think that how you execute on it is done based on algorithms you build through human elements.
Right. Great. Thanks, Amit, so much for speaking with us.
Sure. Thanks for having me.
So that was Amit Zavery, who's Executive Vice President for Oracle's Cloud Platform. For ISMG, this is Varun Haran. Thanks for watching.